Phantom Blade Zero, an upcoming action RPG from the Chinese developer S-Game. They have shown some new gameplay on YouTube, and guys, I am literally blown away. The game has captured significant attention with these gameplays, generating excitement across everywhere. Set to release in potentially 2025, we don't have an exact date unfortunately, on PlayStation 5 and PC. This game blends Chinese martial arts with steampunk aesthetics, promising a unique kung fu punk experience. This is the thing which is just blows me away. This report in this video dwells even deeper into the game's features and clarifies its distinction from the Souls-like genre. And yeah, at the end of this video, guys, I am pretty sure you will be convinced as well why this is a game you have to buy when it comes out. So, as we stated, Phantom Blade Zero is developed by S-Game, a studio known for mobile games, but now it is literally venturing into the AAA console and PC titles arena. Especially after Black Myth: Wukong, these developers have said that they received even more funding to their game from Chinese investors, as they saw that Black Myth: Wukong was doing pretty well. I mean, as in amazingly, because Black Myth: Wukong sold 10 million copies in literally a month, which is crazy, right? So they know that, you know, these games are fun and people want to play them. The game was first announced during the 2023 PlayStation Showcase, with subsequent trailers and demos showcased at events in Summer Game Fest 2024, Tokyo Game Show 2024, and so on and so forth. It is set in the Phantom World, a dark semi-open world that merges traditional Chinese motifs with industrial steampunk elements powered with Unreal Engine 5. Now, of course, people are afraid of the stuttering that this game could have. However, we've seen that the game looks pretty polished in recent gameplay, so that's at least something encouraging. Players have taken on the role of Soul, an elite assassin serving the Order, a very powerful organization. The story begins with Soul being framed for the murder of the Patriarch, gravely injured and saved by a mystic healer with a temporary cure lasting only 66 days. This time-sensitive narrative adds urgency to the gameplay, diving Soul's quest for revenge and truth in a bleak, punishing world. The game, as when it comes in 2025, if it does come later this year, the timeline aligns with the growing prominence of Chinese game development following the success of Black Myth: Wukong, and most recently as well, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which has been received very nicely, albeit there are some issues with the performance here and there. Some people are annoyed, especially if you have a kind of like an older graphics card. But if you have a quite modern graphics card, I mean, I have a RTX 380 and Wuchang Fallen Feathers. For me personally, it runs very, very good. So, you know, it's hit and miss for some people. But let's talk about the gameplay mechanics. This is one of the most important parts. Phantom Blade Zero stands out with its fast-paced third-person combat system, which is a core attraction based on the recent gameplays we have seen and the one you're seeing right now. The combat is described as irresponsibly fast, as in very fast, and combo heavy, drawing inspiration from Chinese wuxia martial arts and Devil May Cry, as you can tell in the gameplay. The combat system. The game emphasizes fluid, responsive mechanics, allowing players to swap between weapons mid-combo to extend attack strings. Each weapon has special attacks and branching light, heavy and combo strings, encouraging skill and mastery. Stylish blocking, where players can smack away at enemy weapons, and brutal execution animations for stance broken enemies add to the visual flair. I mean, you can literally even counter a guy's spear attack and just stab him like with a spear as a counter attack. I mean, that is just crazy, right? In terms of weapon variety, this is where it just left me floored, because players can choose from 30 main weapons, that's right, you heard right, 30 freaking main weapons, and 20 secondary weapons, offering diverse playstyles. Ranged options include a charged lion-headed cannon and a hefty longbow, providing versatility in combat. Let's talk about exploration. The semi-open world is non-linear but not oversized, filled with secrets and side paths. Imagine it almost like maybe similar to like God of War, potentially, that kind of style. Parkour elements enable fluid movements, and the handcrafted maps ensure a rich exploration experience with plenty of side quests and hidden areas. In terms of boss fights, recent trailers highlight the intense boss battles, each one with unique flows and 2 phases. If the player dies in the second phase, they respawn at its start, adding strategic depth. The combat requires learning patterns to find safe attack times, with flashes from Software's influence, but they focus on pure action over methodical play. So this is gonna be a game where you have to be hyper aggressive, okay? Narrative and duration, the story is expected to last about 30 hours approximately, with an additional 20 to 30 hours of side content. That's pretty standards. So in terms of the gameplay per se, you were looking at effectively about 60 hours of gameplay, more or less. The time-sensitive plot with Soul's 66 days lifespan adds urgency and emotional weight to the narrative, which again is pretty cool. Now, in terms of technical aspect, we touched on the Unreal Engine 5. The game targets a stable 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 with 2 graphic modes available. It includes 4 difficulty levels. We have easy, normal, hard, and extremely hard difficulty, catering for all skill levels, and features a boss challenge made for replaying the fight. So as you can imagine, you can play the game as hard or as easy as you want. Something that many people complained about Souls-like games, that they don't have a difficulty level. In this one, you don't have to worry, because although it's an action type game, you will have options to play it as you see fit for your skill level. Now, it's very important, the distinction from the Souls-like games. A common misconception is that Phantom Blade Zero is a Souls-like game, given its dark setting and challenging combat. However, the developers and previews are clarifying, and they clarified that it is definitely not. The game is described as 30% Souls-like and 70% character action, more akin to titles like Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry, or Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. The distinction is very crucial. The combat pace. Unlike the methodical dodge and parry focus of Souls-like games, Phantom Blade Zero combat is fast and combo driven, with an emphasis on fluid movement and stylish attacks one after the other. It's designed to feel exhilarating, with long, lavish attack strings that reward skill rather than patience. Learning curve is really interesting here, because while initially overwhelming, as noted in hands-on previews, the game becomes accessible with practice. For example, one reviewer went from a 10 minutes 10-second run with 3 deaths in their first demo to a 7-minute run with 0 deaths in a second playthrough, highlighting that its learnable, action-oriented nature. Inspiration. The game draws heavy inspiration from Chinese wuxia martial arts combat choreography, reminiscent of the films we see in Chinese action movies, rather than the deliberate punishing style from Software. This makes it more accessible and action-focused, appealing to a much broader audience. This clarification is supported by developer statements and community discussions such as X-Post in January 2025, which they are emphasizing like crazy, saying that no, this is not a Souls-like, and it's focusing on combo-driven gameplay. So it's really fun and cool, because these type of games have been left in the shadow for a long time. So I'm happy that they are coming back again to punch you in the face with some really awesome combos and combat. So what are the main reasons for purchasing the game on release, right? That's while you're asking yourself. Let me give you a couple of very good reasons. Let me give you actually 5 good reasons. Number 1, unique aesthetic and narrative. The Kung Fu Punk blend of Chinese martial arts and steampunk is visually striking and culturally rich, offering a fresh take on action RPGs. The time-sensitive story of the 60 Days quest adds emotional depth, making it stand out as an emotional journey you have to take to avoid the death of the main character. Second one, high production values. Using Unreal Engine 5, it has lots of great visuals, good FPS, hopefully it doesn't stutter, of course, we know that remains to be seen, but the positive feedback from demos at Summer Game Fest and the Tokyo Game Show, where players have praised its fluid animations and responsiveness, underscores that it's quality. So yeah, so basically it's gonna be hopefully really good one. Number 3, replayability and depth. So after 30 hours of main story and 20 to 30 hours of side content with secret bosses, which is really cool. This is like, you know, Elden Ring, you have secret bosses and multiple difficulty options. The game ensures long-term engagement. The variety of weapons and combat styles encourages experimentation and mastery. And of course, as you can imagine, the game will have New Game Plus. I don't know if on release or afterwards, but it's gonna have a New Game Plus. And this is where these games get even more fun after you master the actual gameplay. Cultural significance, number 4. Following the success from Black Myth Wukong, Phantom Blade Zero represents the flourishing Chinese game development scene, celebrating heritage in a way that resonates globally. It's poised to be a definitive title in the next console generation and noted in industry discussions. And number 5, community and hype. Recent trailers such as the boss fights in the gameplay from January 2025 and in obviously July have generated significant buzz from people. Early impressions suggest it could be a surprise sleeper hit in 2025, similar to the cult classics from Platinum Games. So again, if you like Platinum Games and you like the crazy action, this is the game to buy on release. So guys, that's it for today's video on this one. My conclusion is the following. Phantom Blade Zero is more than just an action RPG. It's cinematic, action-packed journey through a unique world of martial arts and steampunk. Its fast-paced combat, stunning visuals, and engaging narrative make it like a must-play. I mean, come on, let's just be serious. This is crazy. Especially with the recent gameplay video showcasing its potential. I mean, not a Souls-like makes a huge difference because we want something different than the Souls-like games we played and known. Of course, we all like Souls-like. I mean, I love Souls-like. I'm playing, like I said before, I played Black Myth Wukong. I played Elden Ring, the new expansion. Right now, I'm playing Wuchang Fallen Feathers. I mean, I love it, right? Souls-like is one of my favorite genres. Sometimes it gets annoying, but it's still fun. But having a different type of game, like a more action combos focused game, and Lost Soul Aside looks really similar to this one, which is coming in August 2025. So, you know, action focused games, I think they're coming back. It's really good stuff, guys, and let's support these games which, you know, which deserve our praise, because this game, honestly, it looks freaking awesome. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one. If you like the videos on the channel, leave a like and subscribe, and guys, I shall see you in the next videos.